Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. Today, we're going to be talking about healthy fats and how they impact your hormones. Now, fats have gotten a bad rap over the last several decades because we've been told that all fat is bad for us, especially saturated fats. So, unfortunately, what has happened is people have avoided all fats and they've replaced them with carbohydrates, right? And this can end up creating more issues with your hormones, and it doesn't really solve the problem of losing weight or gaining weight. What ends up happening is you just end up getting more inflammation in the body, especially if you're eating the wrong kinds of fats. So, let's talk about what fats are good for you, which ones are better than others, and why fats are so important in your diet to help balance your hormones. Now, when we talk about fats, there's different types of fats. You have saturated fats, polyunsaturated fats, and then you also have your omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. The best kind of fat to consume would be your omega-3 fatty acids. Now, where do you get those from? You get them from things like salmon, cod liver oil, sardines, anchovies, as well as chia seeds and flax seeds. Omega-3s are very important for not only hormone production, but for reducing inflammation in the body. They are also great for your brain and for your heart. In fact, a deficiency in omega-3s is associated with having a higher risk of depression. So, it is important to include these into your diet, and they are an essential fat that we need to consume. Another really good source of omega-3s that I take periodically is cod liver oil. And I usually mix it with some extra virgin olive oil, and I just put it in my food. It's not bad. Another great source of omega-3s comes from avocados. Now, if you don't like avocados, definitely try to incorporate them into your diet. You can put them in salads. You can make guacamole. You can do a lot of different recipes with avocado that will be delicious. All right, next one is olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil is a really good oil to cook with. It's a monounsaturated fat. Now, it's not quite an omega-3 fatty acid, but it is really good for your skin, especially if you want to reduce inflammation and help with any type of dermatitis or skin conditions. So, if you're using oils for cooking, definitely use extra virgin olive oil. Now, I wouldn't use it for high-temperature cooking. Like if you're searing a steak, you probably don't want to use olive oil. You probably want to use a different oil for that. But for most types of cooking, I think olive oil is a really good choice. Coconut oil is another really good fat to consume. Coconut oil is a saturated fat. And even though we've been told that saturated fats aren't good for us, it turns out that there are certain types of saturated fats that are actually really good for us. Now, coconut oil, when you consume it, it doesn't behave like other saturated fats. It behaves more like a medium-chain triglyceride, which gets turned into ketones. So, it is actually used by the body as fuel. It can increase satiety. A lot of people will actually use coconut oil for a lot of different recipes. I know a lot of people who like to put it in coffee and just drink it black. I personally don't like doing that. I don't like the taste of it, but some people do. Or you can use it in various recipes. But coconut oil is a really good fat. And then we also have lard, which is a saturated fat. Lard is from pigs. So sometimes people might avoid it because they feel that, well, it comes from a pig. But the reality is, lard is a very stable cooking oil. You can use it at high temperatures. It's a really good source of energy for the body. And because it's a saturated fat, it's not going to go bad when you cook with it. So, a lot of times when you use unsaturated fats at high temperatures, they can become oxidized, and you get these free radicals that can create damage within the body. That doesn't happen with saturated fats. So, it is a really good option if you're looking for a saturated fat. You can use it for baking or for cooking. But now let's talk about the fats that you should absolutely avoid. And first one is margarine. Now, a lot of people think that because margarine is made from a plant that it's healthy, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Margarine is one of the worst things that you can consume. Margarine is a highly processed vegetable oil, and it's typically made from soy, corn, or canola oil. These are highly inflammatory oils, and they create a lot of oxidation in the body. And so, anytime you're consuming foods that have margarine in it, you're going to have a lot of inflammation in your body. And you're going to wonder, why am I getting arthritis? Why do I have joint pain? Why do I have digestive issues? It could be coming from the foods you're eating. Margarine is also another thing that can lead to obesity and to diabetes because it's highly processed. Another thing to avoid is shortening. Shortening is hydrogenated oil. In other words, it's partially hydrogenated oil, which means they've gone in and they've made it a solid by adding hydrogen to it, which changes its structure so it's not a liquid anymore. When you heat it, it doesn't turn into a liquid. It stays solid. Now, that sounds good, right? Well, the process of hydrogenating oil creates trans fats. Trans fats are one of the worst things that you can possibly consume. There's a lot of research showing that trans fats can cause insulin resistance. It can create inflammation in the body. It can create hormonal imbalance. It can lead to obesity. It can lead to diabetes. It can lead to arthritis. There's a whole bunch of problems with trans fats. And so, any type of baked good that you buy from the store that contains shortening, you definitely want to avoid. And this also includes things like microwave popcorn. The next thing is soy oil, corn oil, cottonseed oil, canola oil. These are all highly processed vegetable oils. They're very inflammatory. They can lead to inflammation. They can lead to obesity. They can lead to diabetes. They can lead to hormonal imbalances. So, definitely avoid those oils. Also, anything with palm oil. Palm oil is another really inflammatory oil. It's highly processed. It's from a seed. So, it's not a nut oil. It's not like an avocado oil, for example, but it's highly processed. And so, you really want to avoid palm oil as well. Now, if you're trying to lose weight and balance your hormones, it is very important to choose the right fats and to avoid the bad fats. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. And please share it with someone who needs to hear this information. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe so you can get more videos like this one. As always, I hope you're having a hormone-healthy day. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this content so far, and I hope you subscribed already. If you didn't do it, and you watched this video, it means that you want to learn more about hormone health. So I would love to have you as part of our community. Just click on that button, and I'll see you on the next video.